Just a quick disclaimer, even though we're not going to show any of the killing or the gutting in this video, if the idea of killing animals offends you, I would just suggest moving on to the next video.
Welcome to Greenshine Farmers video blog about a family starting a farm and going back to the homestead lifestyle. What you need for processing rabbits.
Hey guys, welcome to Greenshine Farmers. Today we're going to go into our whole setup for how we process meat rabbits. Now we're not going to actually show any of the killing or the gutting or any of that. There's better videos out there, since we're still kind of new to this. There's better videos out there to show you that sort of thing. But we're going to go through our whole setup, all the supplies we use, kind of the process. We'll give some info on our weights and what our yield was, and just kind of the whole gamut. So stay tuned and hope you enjoy.
Hi, today on Greenshine Farmers we're going to be processing our meat rabbits and just talking about rabbits in general. It's not a fun thing. I don't like killing bugs, let alone animals, but we do eat meat and we do want to raise our own healthy meat for our family, and this is some of the most healthiest meat you can raise at its cheapest cost without having to pluck chickens like feathers off a chicken or anything. Plus we get their tans, and I'm gonna try to their pellets, and I'm gonna try to tan their hides and sell it on Etsy and start an Etsy account and all that jazz. So we're trying to do it right. We really respect the animal. I'm even gonna try to keep their feet and do rabbit foot keychains. Even separating the lucky foot from just the regular foot, and yeah, we're gonna basically try to do it all, and we're doing it as respectfully as possible. We're gonna use all of the animal that we can. We're not gonna show the harvesting and the processing and the dispatching. We are just gonna show you what we have to set up, so that when you go to do your rabbits, you kind of have an idea of someone's setup. So I'm going to show you what we are going to have ready to process our meat rabbits. Because it's super important that when you're processing your meat rabbits to have everything that you're going to need laid out, ready, accessible. Because the last thing you want to do is be in the middle of it and then have to run in and get something set up. So I'm going to go through and explain what we've done to prepare to process our meat. We're going to process our meat rabbits via the hopper popper. You just slide them in there and it breaks their neck. It's super fast and easy, and it also comes with a hanger over here that you can hang them. Here we have a scale with a bucket, because I'm going to take a before harvest weight and then a final product harvest weight. The cabin that we have, or general store from the 1800s I should say, came with this sink, and it's awesome. I got it super clean, and I have this tote that I keep all my processing rabbit supplies, including a vacuum sealer. We have a bunch of cleaning supplies to make sure it's clean before we start and cleaned after we start. We got our 10% bleach solution. I've got a newly cleaned cutting board, just to kind of for when we go and vacuum seal it when we take it inside, and also just to give it a clean place to be outside. I'm gonna bag up all the rabbit feet and all the lucky rabbit feet, which is the left front paw, and then anything that can be organs or dog treats, so that we're not wasting any of the rabbit. I've got a small fillet knife and a larger fillet knife, and we've got some meat scissors to cut through the rabbit's feet and bone. Rabbits, we are going to use 4 buckets. This first bucket is going to be half ice, and we sterilized all these buckets, by the way, with bleach and then water and rinsed them out. This bucket's going to have half ice in it, and when we're done processing it, it's just going to temporarily be in here until we process all of our rabbits. This bucket is going to be with a little bit of bleach in it and water for sterilizing our knives and washing our hands just while we process the rabbits. This bucket will be underneath the rabbit, and we're going to catch the blood in there and put any of the intestines and scraps that can go to our compost and our chickens. And then this bucket will temporarily hold all the hides, because I'm going to keep the hides and I'm going to tan them. So this is to temporarily hold them until we can freeze them. We also are going to keep another bucket close by so that after we dispatch the rabbit, we have somewhere for the rabbit to go, because it takes them 15 to 30 seconds for the nerves to die. Even though they're already dead, they'll shake and stuff. So I'm going to put them in a bucket and let them go their own way peacefully. We're also going to have a notebook here so I can keep track of what rabbit, how much they weigh before harvest, and how much meat we end up getting in the end. Alright, so once you have all your equipment together, you want to make sure you sterilize it. So this is just bleach and water. Rand's over here praying for the rabbit, keeping her calm, giving her some love. She's a sweet girl and we super respect her life. So we got our first one done. Looks good. We got a lot of meat. It's over 2.5 pounds of meat right there, of course including the bone. One thing I meant that we had to run and go and grab is, first we have to go and grab an extra Ziploc bag so that we can weigh out the meat cleanly at the end. And also make sure you have a first aid kit, because I cut myself with the really sharp knife you have to use. Took a little bit longer than I wanted to, but we're working on it. I had written down the weights prior to harvest and then the weights after harvest, just so I can have a general average weight in my records. But also I thought it'd be interesting for the video to show you like how much live weight versus how much the meat weight is. The messy part of the processing and harvesting rabbits is now over, and I'm going to show you how to use this Food Saver vacuum sealer to vacuum seal our rabbits. We processed 6 rabbits today, but we only have 4 to vacuum seal, because we did 2 of our neighbors' rabbits for them in exchange for looking after our little guy, so we didn't have to be around for it. And then after we vacuum seal them, we'll put the date of the processing date so that we have that in the fridge. And I'm just going to vacuum seal them whole. In the future I might cut them into certain parts like legs and back and stuff, but right now I'm just going to do them whole. So first you gotta turn it on, and you're going to have to cut your bags. This roll of bags that I have is a little bit too big for the container, so I'm just going to put it behind, pull it through. This is to kind of make the bag first. There's going to be my bag. I'm going to cut it here, then curl side down, so push the seal button so that it doesn't try to vacuum anything. Just stick that in, kind of like this, so that I can just go ahead and drop it in. Whatever's the texture side you want down. Then, without pushing the seal button, it should be ready to actually do the vacuum as evenly as you can. And when it hits the trigger in the back, and I like to push the meat forward if you have a little extra room, because I feel it does a better job at sucking, and it'll actually catch all this juice and water. Today is 6. Just put that to the side, and we're ready to do the next one. Okay, I'm here with our pelts, and I'm going to tan these. I've never tanned before, but I read that for every 5-gallon bucket you could fit about 12 pelts. So for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wash them, and then I'm going to freeze them until I have 12 pelts. Okay, we've got all 4 of our rabbits vacuum sealed and dated. what I'm going to do now is, in this bucket is all just the scraps and the fur. So I've got, with any vacuum sealer, most of them have this drip tray. If not, I would recommend getting one with a drip tray. You want to make sure you rinse this and clean it very well and sterilize it. So I'm going to put that over here with our dishes. But not only that, this whole thing, I don't know if you can see in the camera, it's kind of got stuff on it. So I'm going to spray this down with some of our bleach solution and take a couple paper towels and just really get in there and clean it really nice. So again, keeping everything clean and organized is essential. You want to make sure before you use it and after you use it, you sterilize it. So again, these are the buckets that we use. I highly suggest getting this many buckets if you're going to harvest rabbits the way we do it. So this was our bucket that we used for, we filled it half full of ice, and this is what we would actually put the final full carcass of the rabbit in, spray it down with bleach. This is what we would use as our hand washing bucket. This is what we put all the hides in. I did put a little bit of ice down at the bottom. Also, this is where we put the Ziploc bags with the rabbit's feet and the organ meat as well. Give that a nice spray. This is the bucket that we use to catch all of the scraps that we're going to bury in our compost where our chickens are. We've learned that our chickens don't eat it, but we bury it in the compost so eventually they can get to them, decomposed a little bit maybe. And then this is the bucket that we weigh out the final product and the rabbit before and after harvest.
Okay guys, so there you have it. That's everything you need to process your meat rabbits. In terms of, you know, how we feel about it, or at least how I feel about it, you know, we had kind of been preparing ourselves mentally. We knew we were raising these rabbits for meat, so we tried really hard not to get attached, which is tough because they really are so darn cute. But, you know, at the end of the day, I felt like, you know, the dispatching was clean and quick and painless. It was very efficient. And, you know, I feel good knowing that these rabbits lived a very happy life. You know, they got to eat fresh greens every single day. We know what they ate. We know that they had a good diet and that they, you know, lived as rabbits should live. And so, you know, this is good because at least we know where our meat came from and we're not supporting factory farms or anything like that. So I feel good about that. And overall, I mean, the first rabbit I think took us maybe 45 minutes, but by the end of it we were doing it in, you know, just over 15. So we could definitely streamline things a little bit better, but overall I thought our setup worked pretty well. But anyway, that's kind of it for this episode. We'll, you know, I'm sure we'll be doing future episodes on this or similar things, so just stay posted for that, and I'll see you guys next time. If you guys like this video and you'd like to see more like it, leave us a comment down below. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Also, visit us at greenshinefarms.com and follow us on Instagram at Greenshine Farms. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.